Hi there, I'm Craig Hamilton Parker, a psychic medium, and if you follow this channel, you'll know that I do all sorts of things with predictions and clairvoyant predictions for the future of the world and so forth. But today I'm doing the sun sign astrology, and today's the sun sign astrology for Scorpio. So hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for your sun sign astrology. Basically, the basic astrology, something simple about your sign for the year ahead. So let's have a look first of all at some of the things that are happening in the sky. First, there's going to be Pluto is moving into Aquarius. Now, Pluto is is the furthest out of the planet, so it moves very, very slowly, and it's moving into Aquarius from January the 20th until September the 1st, and then it's coming out of it for a while and back in again from November the 19th right through to March 2043. And Pluto deals with lots of the things involved with society at large and ages, as it were, the sort of eras we're entering. So Pluto entering Aquarius is a pretty good thing. We're going to have it there for the next 19 years. So this is good news for everybody, really, and good news for society generally and the world at large. It brings Pluto in Aquarius brings innovation of new ideas. It brings new opportunities, new inspiration, and hopefully some better human values. So with all the troubles we're getting in the world, it's an optimistic thing to have Pluto moving into Aquarius. This should open up lots of new beginnings, lots of new starts for us. There's going to be a number of eclipses in 2024, of course, and these are also give energy to the periods when there's an eclipse. And eclipses bring sort of transformation. Eclipses empower. They clear out the old and they bring in the new. So one of the most significant is going to be around September time, when there'll be an eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And this is positive news. And it's positive news again for the world because it can bring things like new inventions and new discoveries, medical discoveries and things like that. So that will be hopefully something good for the news for the world ahead. There's going to be the main eclipses are going to be Libra is going to have a full moon lunar eclipse on the 25th of March. Aries has a new moon solar eclipse on the 8th of April. Pisces, the full moon lunar eclipse on the 17th of September. And Libra's new moon solar eclipse on the 2nd of October. So the eclipses, so we get things like, you consider these dates as new starts, new ventures, times, any of those dates are good times to make changes. A lot of astrologers believe that solar eclipses are all about new beginnings, and lunar eclipses are clearing out the old. So those are the points of changing points in the times around ahead. Jupiter conjunct Venus in Taurus on the April the 20th, 2024. This happens around every 14 years because this is again the slow moving planets outside of the asteroid belt. This doesn't happen very often, but Jupiter in astrology is always a good sign, a planet of expansion. It magnifies anything. It brings good fortune. It's jovial. It's a positive. It brings prosperity, opportunity, optimism, hope, and more meaning to life as well. So we have Jupiter conjunct Uranus and Taurus on the 20th of April. That's another good energetic time for people. Lots of good things happening with Jupiter this year, particularly as its influence in Aquarius. And Uranus, of course, is the planet of change. It's also a planet of concern with social awareness and evolution of humanity and things like this. It usually sits it's good in the sign of Aquarius again. So all this is quite positive news for the world ahead. Perhaps are going to be an energetic time for most of us. Actually, it collectively invites a kind of a new wave of thoughts of liberation, thoughts of freedom are going to be very important this year ahead in terms of the planets. Lots of changes, many elections happening around the world. These are all in my predictions, of course, but there's lots happening with that. So lots of changes, and often changes for the good, the way things are looking. Jupiter is going to be in Gemini on May 25th, right through to June the 9th. 2025. And this is a planet that can bring good luck and good fortune and abundance again. And it brings opportunities wherever it travels, and particularly when in Gemini. So all of these things are happening in the stars. These are all things that will influence all the signs. But now let's have a look at your individual sign. So as you saw at the start, I mentioned about that Pluto is moving into Aquarius. And this is very important for you because it's after a long period of time, and Pluto has a very, very strong effect upon the sign of Scorpio. And this is a long-term movement, and it's in and out for a while, Pluto, but it will mean that you'll be thinking much more about much longer term changes in your life. You're going to start thinking about doing things in new ways. It might mean also that you're clearing out some of the people in your life that you've been unhappy with. It'd be a time of clearing out, basically, a changeover from one period to another period. You'll be thinking in longer terms. You'll be thinking about perhaps some people have got on your nerves too long, and enough is enough, and I've had enough of those. I'm going to just focus on the people I like. I feel there's going to be a lot more of this with you. You're going to find out who your true friends are. We all of us have so many friends, don't we? On Facebook, you have hundreds of friends, and you think, well, actually, in reality, you've probably got about 5 decent friends. You'll be thinking of that way in your life now. You'll be moving things, changing your feelings about things. And I think because of this, you'll kind of feel kind of energized and refreshed from this, and feel that you can make a new start, that you've got rid of some of the baggage in your life. It's also going to be a very good time for anything associated with property and buildings, things like this. So it could be quick and fast changes made with property deals that could bring unexpected good fortune. There's the unexpected coming to you this year, and travel opportunities, particularly around September the 17th eclipse, could be very good for you. A travel opportunity around that time of September, mid to late September, 17th in particular, when the eclipse is, could give you the impetus, the desire to do maybe a big travel. Maybe that big journey that you've always wanted to do could happen at that time. So we've got these long-term changes going on in the background, the 16-year period of the changes of the planets happening around you. Capricorn, lost myself. But you've got lots of things happening in your fourth house of the family, long-term happening there. I feel that's going to be a very important period for you, where you're thinking again about long-term things, long-term issues, long-term relationships, long-term plans, long-term property investments, and so forth. These are all going to be very important for you during this period of time. So you've got to be careful not to overextend yourself during this period of time. You know, you might have a lot of plans all at once, and know that they're all going to take time. Don't let them take toll on your health by trying to do too much too quick. In terms of your emotional life, you feel quite self-content in yourself, really. Even if you're a single person, you don't mind that fact. This could be a time when you kind of meet new people, and sooner or later one of those comes out to become much more of a longer term relationship. It's like the beginning part of the year, it's more short-term things. As things move on, you might gradually find somebody that you think, oh, this is someone I could settle with. So it doesn't seem to be sudden things. It's a gradual coming into things come to fruition in your life at this time. So in January, Pluto re-enters Aquarius. As I've said, this is very significant for many things for you. It has more effects on your sign than most people's. It's going to bring lots of professional changes in your life. You'll feel inclined perhaps to work from home as well, instead of going to the office. It gives you a self-contained sort of energy in many respects. And any distractions around you. It's also productivity is very difficult sometimes. So, for example, if you're working from home, we got Mars turning retrograde from December the 7th right through to February 23rd in 2025. That can hold you back. That can think, oh God, I can't get anything done. You know, it's like you've got the energy to drive forward, but something's stopping you. So we've got to be careful about those type of things. That period, we need to take the idea of, look, we've got to persevere. We don't expect to achieve everything too quick. We take things step at a time. We achieve things slowly and don't expect quick results. But then we go into 2025 in February, then it all starts to pick up again once that retrograde period ends. It started December 7th. So quite good things though generally for you when it comes to working on your own, being kind of self-motivated. If you're a person that's, for example, been thinking about going self-employed, this could be a good time to do this. When it comes to relationships, maybe this is a time that you'll be thinking about, I'm more interested actually in finding someone that can be for the long term. Lots of feelings of long-term planning this year and getting things done, not all at once, no sudden advances, but what you do now will have good effects for the long term, right forward into future years, the things you achieve this year. So keep at it, keep working, keep going, persevere. Well, I hope you enjoyed your sun sign astrology, as we call it. And of course, as you know, it can only be kind of quite simple, really. It will only cover the very basics of a star sign, but hopefully gain something from that and get a bit of an idea of the year ahead for 2024. But I want to tell you about something that's really, really fascinating, which is called the Nadi Oracle. So now, some of you would have read about this in my books already and already explored this, but there's a system in India that goes back thousands and thousands of years, in which there was what's called the ancient rishis. Now, these were kind of like astrologers, but they were seers. And they could foresee the future of any person that would ever come and call upon those rishis, as it were. And they wrote it all down on palm leaves, which are like an Indian book made out of wood. Like, it looks like a sort of like rulers, with it all written down in ancient Tamil language. And they wrote down the future of anybody that consults them. I consulted them, and it completely blew my mind. It tells you all about your life in total detail, even giving the name of your parents and the date and time of your birth. And even if you don't know the time of your birth, it will give it to you, and it will know your name, even if you don't give your name or anything like that. It's absolutely remarkable. Now, I was one of the first kind of modern YouTubers, or people in the West generally, to first start really exploring these ancient Nadi leaves. And now they've become available to anybody that wants to consult them. And it's very, very hard to get a proper Nadi reading. It's very, very hard to find this ancient wisdom source. There's Nadi readers out there that are complete fakes. And the good ones are now so booked up, they're now booked up years in advance. Now, where I've been working with the Nadi readers, they have agreed that the readings that come through me are given top priority. They jump the queue. So instead of having to wait years, you can wait just a few months to get your Nadi readings. Now, this may change. So if you want a Nadi reading through me, and a lot of you know about this already who follow the channels, if you want a Nadi reading from me, now is the time, because this window might close. So have a look in the description below. And what you're going to need to do is go to the link in the description below and then send me an email through the form on the site. Just the contact form on the site. And just say, Craig, I'd like to get a Nadi reading. Can you put me in touch with them, or something like that? Just so I know what it's about. And then I'll copy you in and send and forward your emails to the Nadi readers so that you get prioritized on getting a Nadi reading. There's a little bit on the page that explains what it is. But you really also, if you're going to do this, this is not like your normal astrology by any means whatsoever. It's a very, very powerful thing that can be very transformative in your life. I'm not just want to flog you the book. I would like you to read the book if you do go into it. So have a look at my book, Messages from the Universe, in which I talk about what happened, how it happened to me, how I checked it all out for frauds and all the rest of it. And it just gives you some idea about what it's all about. I've also produced a film about it on Amazon Prime, which you can go and watch for free if you're an Amazon Prime member, called Mystic Journey to India. I had to think for a minute there, and you can learn about it as well. But if you want to know about the sort of astrology that'll leave you sort of mind boggled, then this is your chance. So have a look in the description below. Like I say, this window will not be open for long. This is probably going to be one of your last chances to get a NAADI reading. So if you're thinking about doing it, now's your time. Get in touch with me, guys, and I'll forward it through to you. Like they say, very few people can get their NAADIs. That's why the door is closing, because so many have come to it, and there's only a few readers that are really, truly out there that can do this. There's lots that claim they can. There's only very, very, very few. They're so rare, as you'll read in the book if you've done the research. Okay, there we go. I'm not doing that just as an ad. I know that many of you are very interested in this. So, okay, thanks for joining me. And like I say, have a look at the description below. Don't forget to give me a like and give me a thumbs up, because that helps these videos to reach out further. And don't forget to follow my channel. And thanks for everything, for all your support, you guys, for all your support through 2023. And I think for a minute I've been saying 2024 all the time. All your thought and all your lovely comments and all those that have been patrons that have helped the site. Thank you, guys. And we wish you a happy new year for all of you. Okay, see you soon. Bye for now.